distortion of the fabric of space and time around one black hole also exists for the other black hole. So you have black holes entering each other's event horizons. So I opened up that thesis. I didn't understand a single page in and fuck your ass.
We're back. You already know who it is, but it is the Night Meetup podcast. I don't know when this one will come out, but hopefully it will bless your little ear holes. How's your week been?
It's good, stressful. I had my first university assignment due, and I procrastinated the fuck out of it all the way along.
That sounds like my life at TAFE.
It's the 2nd of April, just quietly. That's the date.
We're not going to release it today.
I know, but I don't know. You were like, but when we started,
We shouldn't mention the freaking date.
Why? It doesn't.
Because then when it's like it's the 2nd of April, people might be like, oh, it's the 2nd of April, and then be like, oh, fuck, is it like the fucking 7th?
I guess we shouldn't mention the date.
No,
but
well, we release it late, so go for yourself.
Shout out to Liam Zemmett, my little Zemmington, watching the whole 2 hour and 40 fucking podcast, locking in. I gave you a big hug, and I really appreciated you sitting through that whole thing and enjoying the chats, because I don't know, I can't express my gratitude for someone who actually enjoys this.
Yeah, taking the time out of their day to
it makes me feel special, and I just want to just give away my specialness to other people, because it's like I just fucking so appreciative of that. Like, I'm like welling up thinking about it. Like, I don't know, it's fucking stupid. I don't know. I feel so lucky that I have a friend who would listen to that. So I really appreciated hearing that, you know?
Yeah. I mean, I guess shout out to my brother Alistair as well, because
You listen to it all?
I don't know if he's listened to it all, but I'll just see him with his laptop open, walking around and laughing with the podcast playing out loud.
Shout out to Alistair, man. Locking in.
Shout out to the first Patreons of the show.
Fuck.
Hopefully we get quite a few more along the way. But this week, I guess you could say hasn't really been stressful for me. No way. It's just been fucking slow.
Slow.
Yeah.
Well, it's only a short week. It would have been a chill week for you, wouldn't it?
Oh, it was just real fucking slow. Yeah, just fucking in my head. I was talking to fuck your ass, saying them about last night about our anxieties and shit like that.
Yeah,
really good,
bro. That's a good topic to start on, because I had a lot of anxieties. So if you feel free to share, and I'll follow on.
Oh, well, I can't really recall much of last night.
Yeah, but what was the gist of it like?
The gist of it was just talking about our anxieties, and that for anyone, I guess a big thing for anyone that is going through a time where they are feeling, I don't know, vulnerable, or they're going through something tough and they're experiencing anything like depression or anxiety, is that biggest thing you can do is talk about it. Because you can choose to not talk about it and bottle it up, and then it all comes out in one big fucking sitting, and you don't really want to do that, because if you're around people while you do it, you'll look like a big fucking retard.
No, don't, because that's going to prevent people from even exposing their feelings in the first place. Like, sometimes it has to come out because it's bottled up. You got to learn from that, you know what I mean? But you don't be anxious to let it out when it gets bottled up, because then no one will ever do it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, fuck, you're saying last night that he doesn't want to come across like a whinger.
Yeah.
But I feel this as well, because I do it quite a bit. But he said that he'll do it kind of almost in little kind of bits of whinging. I say whinging, but talking. Or if he bottles it up, it'll come out in one big kind of rage, which also kind of happens with me.
What do you mean by that? You mean like he would just like drip drop, expressing himself, and then
Or like if he doesn't drip drop,
oh,
it'll come out in one big.
okay.
So I can kind of relate to that. Fuck.
What?
Now I'm gonna have to bleep his name as well.
Exactly. I
Yeah.
thought that.
Unless
Fuck your.
with it, but
Yeah. Well, you'd have to ask his permission,
Yeah.
but whatever. You said his name again, so you got
yeah,
another one.
I don't care. I can just
Fuck me in the
keep
ass.
bleeping it. That's all that
Rip
everything's
your
gonna be
feet
for
off.
the first couple of minutes.
What was I gonna fucking say? Yeah. Well, if I could go into how I was feeling, right? I had.
You may.
Yeah, thank you, kind sir. I had my first assignment due, and the whole assignment, because I'm doing a social science degree, the whole assignment was reflecting on how like your like it's either attitudes, habits, whatever is affecting your impact on like how is it impacting your learning, right? So it's pretty much the shit that caused me to like not do my assignment was what I had to write about. So like you have to like go into the mechanisms of what caused you to procrastinate. Like procrastination was my poor attitude to learning, and how has that impacted my my assessment in me doing it. So I said, leading into it, I wanted to do it, but I didn't start because I had this idea that it was really hard. So this anxiety of it being really hard and me having to sit down and me being lazy gave me anxiety to procrastinate. So I didn't want to sit down and touch it because like I was busy and I just didn't want to deal with it. So I got this anxiety of not wanting to start. So that made me pretty much fill all my free time not training in the gym, not hanging out with my mates, not enjoying my free time and watching YouTube videos or whatever I usually enjoy. I legitimately was sitting there filling my time up just so I wouldn't have to start the assignment, and I'd be watching stupid fucking terrarium building videos that I would never watch. It was pretty cool, but I didn't even get to enjoy it because I legitimately had the assignment in the back of my mind saying, I should start it. No. I was like trying to get my fix of heroin, like filling my face with these videos just to like blind myself from having to start.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck am I doing while it was happening? But I still didn't have the discipline or the willpower to push past that, right? And it gets to the day before. And the day before it's due, it gets to that afternoon. And throughout the day I was working and I was like, I gotta fucking start. So then I legitimately had like 4 days of anxiety. It wasn't severe. It was just in the back of my mind where I wasn't going to the gym because I was like, I'll do my assignment tonight. And I'd say, I won't go training and won't do my wrestling. And I would put off my wrestling and my boxing training. And I won't show up to that because I said I was going to do it. And I just wouldn't do it. I'd sit there on my computer and say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow. And I won't go to no-gi because I'll do it tomorrow. And then I get to that. And then I eventually shift my anxiety from the fear from starting to the fear of failure. So then all of a sudden I have this anxiety for 4 days of not wanting to start because I just can't be fucked to start. And then the day before, I just teeter to another type of anxiety where I'm now fearing that I'm going to fail and fearing that I'm not going to complete this assignment. So I'm going, fuck, I need to start. So I buy 3 Monster Energies on the way home from work and pop my fucking alpha brain. And I'm sitting there answering the first question. And then by the end of it, I felt fantastic. I'm like, I'm halfway done. I've only got a little bit left. What the fuck was I doing this whole time? And I knew that I was going to feel good after the end of it. And I legit put myself through a week of failing all my goals that I've set for myself outside of university, having a miserable time and not feeling like I'm happy for uni. I wasn't happy for my co-curricular activities. I wasn't happy for anything. And I put myself through this solely on my individual lack of discipline. And why the fuck can't I just go, why don't I just start this 2 weeks out, half an hour every fucking day? And then on the last day, sit up for 2 hours and just go through it and just adjust. That is such a better way, more healthy way to do it. But I pushed myself in this toxic, like week-long anxiety-filled shit. Not worth it. And I'm just trying to figure out ways to rewire my brain to not have to deal with that. It's such a terrible way. So then through this assignment, I'm looking up what this does, right? And through thinking about the assignment, which causes me anxiety because I put myself in a position not to do it, it releases stress hormones in my brain, which make me anxious and sad and shit feeling. So that whole week, I was doing that. And if I do that every single time, I'm chronically releasing stress hormones that I don't have to release, and that's gonna make me overall sadder throughout my whole life. It's like, why am I purposely making myself sad when I don't have to? It's so dumb.
Yeah.
Like, why can't I just be disciplined and say, do this for the best? Like, you're gonna get better marks for doing this. You're gonna be happier, and you're gonna be able to keep your schedule, which is what you want to do. I want to do everything I want to do, and it's just beating that fucking monkey, not even a monkey brain, just that lethargic, lazy fuckwit brain, that side of you that goes, nah, just fucking watch this stupid fucking video of like a 30-second video of some guy reloading a rifle and throwing a fucking Zumba ball at some cunt's head, and I just go through them, like 10-second videos, 30-second videos, just bleeding my brain, just fucking, it's like the sun burning my face off every fucking video, bro. Just
Oh, bro, like
sucked into
I'm
it.
such a victim of YouTube's like new kind of. It's like with Instagram with their reels and like that.
Bro.
YouTube have their videos like on your recommended page, and then they have that one kind of bracket in between.
It's like
the
reels
videos
on Instagram and TikTok.
Yeah, and I'll just click on them, and then they'll just keep cycling through.
Bro.
I'm like, takes you, and then you look at your phone, and you're like, oh, it's been like an hour and a half.
Bro, I deleted TikTok when it first got really popular because of that reason. Because I realized how much time I was just draining away every day. I'm just pointless videos that are not giving me any satisfaction in the long term. It's just mindless shit. So then I'm like, okay, I'll get rid of Instagram. I'll get rid of TikTok because that shit's draining my time. And I'll do YouTube because YouTube recommends videos that are actually toned to my interests.
Yeah.
And it's not just like stupid 30-second fucking videos. And then they introduce the reel feature. I wish I could go into settings and fuck that off, because I find myself like going into it and I'm like half an hour into this endless stream of videos that go for 10 seconds, and I'm just like, oh, I snap out of it. I'm like, get the fuck out. And then I realize where I was back on my homepage. I'm like, bro, I was looking at these videos like an hour ago.
Yeah.
What the fuck? It's so
That's the thing, like, you can't even hate on YouTube for it. It's not their fault. They're just trying to make things that are more, I don't know,
They're trying
tuned to your liking, that are
Legit.
just 10-second clips or whatnot. But,
yeah.
like I said, you can't hate on them because
Well, you
it's
sort of can.
No, it's you.
They're manipulating the human brain though. It's sort of fucked.
Yeah, but that's when
It's like a
you
cigarette
have to,
company
like,
selling nicotine. They're like preying on your evolutionary shit, because like those short little fast videos play on like your satisfaction.
well, like you said, it comes down to like your willingness to fucking your discipline to just fucking watch two of them and then like watch something else and then fuck off from it. I am the worst at that. Like with TAFE, last year I failed, I think, 2, possibly 3 exams at the end of the exam of the year, and the next year when I went in there, I redid the other one, passed it, and then the other 2 I didn't. I didn't even resit. I just talked to them about trying to get back into a class, and they were like, "No, you got to finish these 2 exams." And I left them all the way until the last term of the year. So I went a whole year just coming into the office, going and studying for like half an hour to an hour, which I say half an hour to an hour. That's the whole time. Me probably retaining 5 minutes of like that hour study session, because I have to like read a sentence 5 times in order for me to like understand what's going on.
Yeah.
Because it goes in one ear like out the other kind.
Yeah.
Of thing. But yeah, I wasted a whole year just procrastinating and being like, oh, it'll be good. And then it got to the end of the year and it was like,
I got more time.
I was like, fuck, I actually have to lock in. And then when I actually started going into night TAFE and properly like attacking it,
Yeah.
and going, and then the teachers would come up to me and be like, so are you going to sit the exam? And I was like, yeah, I'll sit it in like 2 weeks, and they're like, well, it's the end of the term in 2 weeks, like, and then it's the next year. And I was like, well, yeah, I'm not confident in my ability, but I'm like to do it now. I'm going off tonight.
Jesus.
I'm not confident to do it now, but in the 2 weeks, I know if I keep knuckling down, I'll do it. And they couldn't even wrap their heads around it. They're just like, do it now. I'm like, no, I know if I'll do it now, I'll fail. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, just do it now. I'm like, fuck off. They can't make you do it.
Yeah.
You just got to like actually sit down and do the test.
So the next year, did you make any changes, or are you still that bad?
This year, I was coming in studying. Like the first couple of weeks, I was going real good, and then now it's like the end of the first term. Like as soon as I hit like the last 4 weeks, I'd say, because of my wrist, I missed out on a couple like afternoon Tuesdays, which are kind of big.
Yeah.
To go to the doctor, but I just completely gave up, and now I'm going to talk to old mate about leaving TAFE.
Fuck.
So, yeah, because I'm like,
That's not a happy ending. I was expecting a happy ending.
no way, bro.
Fuck,
Fuck
man.
that, bro. Like I've come to the realization that I don't want to do this kind of ever. Like everybody says, do what you want to do. I'm going to try and aim to get to that by starting off with photography.
Exactly.
And
You need to lock the fuck in, bro. Photography.
Yeah, so hopefully I can work something out with my old man about staying here and like doing that photography course on my own.
Yep.
Which is all online, so I can do it in the afternoon if I stay at work.
And you'll be interested in it. You'll apply yourself better.
Exactly. Like I actually want to get good at photography, and if I can, and photography is actually something that can be turned into a job. So why not try and fucking do that?
Yep. And you can do like all those little shoots and stuff, and then you can do your passion projects a couple times a year, and then eventually you might work up to your passion projects all the time. You know what I mean? You can be a Nat Geo photographer traveling the world.
That'd be so fucking sick.
You just gotta want it. That's the difference. You just can't be lazy. You gotta, you know, we were talking last night with the boys. They were saying that if you want something, you can get it. But there's a difference between saying you want it. There's a difference between saying you want it and coming out of your mouth, and then actually wanting it upstairs. Like, you will want it upstairs is such a different thing than a guy saying it out loud. Because a guy saying it out loud might be saying it just to be cool in front of his friends. It's you got to want it in your brain.
You got to turn that want into a need. You got to be like, I need it, and then you'll actually probably start locking in.
Yeah.
Like I haven't found anything that I properly need. Like, oh fucking, I need that to like get to here. But with photography, that's something I want to do.
Yeah, bro.
Hopefully, I can turn it into a need where I like go full hard at it and fucking become the best photographer in the world.
And you know what it is? One of those things is people who I'm fucking 19. I fucking know nothing, right? I'm just a degenerate. Like, I really have no knowledge on life.
Same.
Right? But one thing I've noticed and things I've taken away, I've listened to certain like speakers like of our time, and they all say like they say things like everyone's looking for that purpose in life, and I'm a person who's lost in a way, and I don't know my purpose, and I'm like, I just want to know my purpose. I want to have something and go boom, that's what I want, get it, like attack it, because I feel like I'm a person that if I have a goal to shoot for, I'm there to go get it. But if I have no goal, I'm aimless, I'm stagnant, there's no flow, there's no direction for my energy. I just spew it out into many different areas and I never get anywhere. So I'm just desperate. I was desperate to like find out what I want to do. And then they were saying, it was Jordan Peterson, and he was saying that you should just find whatever you're interested in. Follow that interest. You may not know if that's your calling, but following that interest helps you better find out yourself. It's the most basic shit ever, but like you have to learn it to know it. You know, you have to do it to know this actual is real, right? So I'm really interested in like philosophy and the human mind and all that. So I'm doing a social science degree and I want to be a psychologist eventually, right? That's pretty much what I think I would want to do for like the main portion of my life as a career, like as a professional job. Also, I want to do this for fucking ever. I want to do this for decades. I want to just document our friendships. I want to document our conversations, because I feel like that's important to me as well. But on a professional level, I always was interested in this mental thing. And the thing is, that side of a human being, the inquisitive, curious mind, isn't rewarded in school as much as, that's not a quantitative thing that you can test in people. So I was a guy at school who was like, all right, but I never really knew like what I wanted. Like you had the guys like, I want to be a businessman, I want to do business, and well, that gets rewarded. That's a business degree for you. But I was the guy who goes, I like talking to people. I'm interested in human beings. Like it's really hard for you to figure that out. Like I like doing a podcast and talking to you. I like hearing people's issues and talking to them and listening and really harvesting their information and trying to help them. Like that's a passion of mine just in general. I do it innately. It's not trained. It's like how Chris is a
natural businessman.
A natural businessman. He has this way with words and this way he can convince you to do anything. It's in his blood. It's in his DNA. And in my DNA is to hear people. And I know I speak a lot in this podcast, and you're the, well, fucking oath. You're the fucking listener, and I'm the retard who speaks more, right? But
well, you use fucking interesting words and shit. Like when you went quantity of my brain just went, what the fuck is happening?
Bro, that's the alpha brain. I feel so fucking G'd right now.
Bro, I took one as well.
Do you take two or one?
Or just one?
Take two. Here.
That's not gonna.
No.
Sure, I'll take the other one, but it's not gonna make my fucking
three,
speech.
take two more.
No, give me one more, cunt. Seriously, fuck off.
Shut the fuck up.
A dose is two. I'm gonna waste your fucking alpha brain.
Bro.
Don't waste your alpha brain on a dumb cunt like me.
Money is just numbers. It's just fucking numbers. You know what's worth more than me? My mate alpha braining, bro. That's worth more than the fucking $3 serving it costs. Like, but what was I saying?
Talking to people.
Talking to people, right? So I'm trying to find out what I want to do in life, and at university, I stayed after back, and I met these two girls, and I pretty much became friends with them instantly. They were really open people.
Oh my god!
And no, they're just like nothing like that. It's just a pure friendship. Like it felt really pure and wholesome. Like
That's
these
good.
girls are really nice, and I'm not looking. I had none of that mindset of just like, oh, maybe I could get. No, none of that.
That's good.
It was good. It was just like, oh, these guys are cool. I'm talking to these guys, and we can help each other. And I was talking to these girls, and I was just asking questions and listening, and then I'd open up a little bit, share something, and they'd open up a bit more. Very open human beings. And I was talking to this girl, and she was like telling me all this this more private shit, and I was just listening, and she just wasn't even looking at me. She was just talking to me, and I was just like, yeah, so like, do you open up to people often? And she's like, nah, rah, 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 rah. And then she just looks at me and she goes, why am I telling you this? What an information dump. I didn't even realize I was even talking to you. Like, why am I telling you all this stuff? I don't tell anyone
She
this.
said that to you?
Yeah. And she goes, what are you studying again? And I said, like, social science, psychology. And she goes, yeah, you'd be a good psychologist. And that's was a light bulb moment. Because I was like, that is what I want. For whatever reason, she felt she could trust me, and she felt like she could open up to me. She didn't even know she could do it. And I feel like that is a natural psychologist. And I feel like I fit that bill. Like, that could be what I want.
That's good.
So that is just made me go, that experience, it wasn't even in university. It was talking to someone at university. That made me go, okay, that's my calling, I believe. I'm going to shoot for that.
That's sick.
I might not, and that might not even be the end road, but I feel like that direction in my life is where I need to go, helping people. Like, I want to apply for the Fireys every single year, and I want to be a psychologist as well. Like, they're my two goals, because I can help people, and it's an important role in society that needs to be filled, and I feel like I can fill both of those roles. So that's been an experience that's helped me figure out my life. And if anyone's listening to this and they're like clueless, go do what you want to do. Like, I also want to go do stand-up comedy. I also want to go and do open mic nights. I just want to get up and just get raped. But
fuck that. I don't understand how your brain just goes, yeah, let's stand up in front of a stage and fucking bomb.
Bro, I just want that. I wanted to see. I like the mechanisms of how to make people laugh. You know what I mean? That's also part of that genre. Like, all my interests in what I want to do is all about understanding other people and the mechanisms behind behavior. So like you hear comedians talking about like how to write jokes. How the fuck do you write jokes? That's so interesting to me. They have like certain specific things that they can say and they have to like tweak the jokes. That is so interesting. And I like my favorite comedians like Carlin and like Patrice O'Neill, Bill Burr, like the way they speak, you look at their mannerisms, that isn't just who they are. They tune that and it becomes who they are. But they can twist their arm in a certain way and the crowd laughs more and they figure that out and they just keep doing that shit and they add to it and they add shit in, take shit away.
You got to be an actor to be a comedian.
Yeah, and you got to be confident.
I don't mean like you have to be an actor that does movies and shit. You got to like put in emotion into your jokes.
You got to feel the joke,
bro. He like whenever he's talking about stories, he'll like act out the story almost like how someone's walking, how someone's falling, how someone's talking.
Cupcakes.
Yeah. So one thing I was gonna say is, it sounds like right now that psychology is your shit.
Yeah,
and that's what you're confident in what you want to do.
Yeah.
I was gonna say another thing you'd be really good at.
What?
Is being a fucking cartoonist.
You reckon?
Yeah, bro.
I think my drawing is an outlet. It's not a source of a job for me. You know what I mean?
I know, that's why I'm saying you could, because I know it's just a hobby of yours and like you're good at it. But I've seen your shit. If I can find a photo of it, I will put like a little fucking blip of it in the fucking
I'll
podcast.
send you some photos.
But he's a really, really talented drawer.
Bro, you see, fuck off with that. Because the thing that is with my drawing is I'm always more excited about my own drawings than anyone else. And I show people my drawings, they just go, whatever. And then I'm like, it doesn't bother me because I don't have any ego attached to my drawings. I just draw because I enjoy drawing. I attach no like, in my own personal brain, I think this is good, this is bad, this is better, this is worse. But it doesn't matter. Like it's more of an emotional outlet for me. I can sit down and just draw for 3 hours and I get in a meditative state and I just go in the zone. You know what I mean? And I don't want to turn that into a job, because when I'm really sad, I just draw all day. And I notice that. And now I'm trying to draw more because I don't want that to be like that. I want to enjoy drawing.
Yeah.
Because I'll sit there. I remember when I broke up with my ex, I legit would cry and just draw. And I'd drew like my best artwork from that. Like art comes from pain. It's fucked.
Yeah. That's why a lot of rappers are fucking like Juice WRLD.
Yeah.
Successful as fuck. And he
From the pain.
rapped about fucking pain. And everyone would just be like, yeah, fucking oath. Because they, like I think I said it on this, everybody, this generation thrives off like depression.
It's trendy. Anxiety and depression is
weird.
Is trendy. Tim Dillon was just saying that that's why Billie Eilish, he's like, what the fuck is Billie Eilish? It's like, she's only famous because the depressed kids of our generation love that shit, because they're so absorbed in the validation of others and social media, and they're just fucked up in their head. Like, there's a whole group of our generation that aren't like us, Gus. They legit live on social media. That is their life. Their life, social media and their life is a bunch of transactions between numbers and likes, and I need to post this because I need validation from others, because if I don't post this, I'm no one. Like,
and I see
what
that,
the fuck is that?
And I think that must suck to be you. Get out of that mindset. Like, someone needs to come along and just take that away from them. Take their phone away from them. Interact with people.
A good example, Liam, the man listening to this maybe right now, got rid of social media. Feels so much better. Talking to me about it last night. I'm not going to go into detail because that's his personal story. Yeah. But broadly, he's removed social media from his life. Feels so much better within weeks of it. He's talking to me. He seems so vibrant and bright. I saw it in his eyes. He's fucking locking in. He feels ready to go. And I love seeing people doing well. I love seeing people getting shit done, and he's excited to do shit.
Because it inspires.
Exactly. When you focus, When you get rid of social media, you focus on your actual self, not your persona of who you want to show yourself as. You know what I mean? You keep your circle small. You develop your internal being and your personality. You don't develop this fake shell of an ego to push on people on social media.
Yeah, I saw this like little meme and it was like, girl, how do guys create like 3 friends at the age of 15 and they're fine with keeping it only 3 friends for the rest of their lives? I say 3. Our group is
A bunch, but
however many.
yeah.
I don't feel the need to either try and remove myself from someone in this group or add someone to this group.
No.
I like our group because of how close our bond is and how real we are as people.
Yeah. Same with all my friends. I want to add friends organically with real friends. I'm not
Exactly.
looking for friends. I'm not looking to get rid of any of my friends. I like all my friends and I'm developing my relationships with all my friends. I want to maintain bonds and have deep connections with all my friends, you know? And I want to be a real person to every single one of them. I don't want to act different with different groups of people,
Yeah.
you know? And you're 100% right. And you have a lot of friends. We don't need more.
Yeah.
I'm not looking for any of them.
I don't need more, but if I gain a friend naturally,
It's another one.
it's cool.
It's
Just
awesome.
like another person.
You can never have too many friends.
Like, yeah,
But they got to be real friends.
exactly.
Yep.
Too many people like no. It's all gossip. Everybody says they're friends, but everyone's chatting shit behind their backs. Like,
Yeah.
it's a slippery slope, and I see it go on all too much. And in the early like stages of high school, I used to be one of those people and just be like, hear stuff about people, and then talk to someone else and be like, "Did you hear this?"
Like,
Yeah, like just fucking rumors and gossiping. And then,
Like Jamie
when
got
you
his
take a
sick-
step
got-
back from that and you look at it.
Yeah.
What did you say?
I said, Jamie got his dick sucked? Like, oh my
Yeah.
fucking god, he's only fucking 13.
Yeah, like when you take
That's
a step,
actually good gossip though. You want to know that shit. Like he's 13 getting his dick sucked. Damn.
Oh
what?
yeah, if someone's
She was
getting their
she was
dick
in year
sucked,
9. Woo, boy.
Yeah,
Clutch it up.
yeah. Like I remember that happening with, I'll tell you after, but 2 people in like year 6. And
I know who they are. I know who they are. Yeah.
I was like, what?
Yeah, you're like,
You can do that?
yeah.
Yeah, but
Well, how weird is that?
Yeah.
That we both know those 2 people and we're not friends with them at all, bro. That's fucking weird. I love how like people in your life who you know nothing about anymore and then you're not related to at all, you can mention them, and that's just like a connection over like an ocean. Like they hear that and they would know who they are if they heard that, right? And they'd be like, they know? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? Like, that's such a paradox. Like, not paradoxical, fucking. Yeah, whatever. Fucking words, bro. Yeah.
yeah, you hear me struggle with words a lot in this podcast.
Yeah.
Even talking genuinely, like well, we do talk genuinely on here, but even talking off the air, I sound so retarded because I'm like trying to think of a word and everybody's
You're
just
too
looking
harsh
at
on
me
yourself.
Like, no, I'm not too harsh on myself.
Yeah.
I just know that that's me, just trying to find a word to fucking slot in the sentence.
Well, the reason, like, I don't know. I don't even think my vocabulary is that good, but I like
pretty lit.
words. So I hear an interesting word, I write it down. Like let me go through my list of words, because no one's going to be interested in this except me. But maybe other vocabulary enthusiasts would enjoy these words, and you can learn what they are. Supercilious, vicissitude, surreptitious, serendipitous, ingratiating, dichotomy, sycophantic, obsequious, servile, proclivity, antithesis, supplant, apotheosis, unctuous, esoteric, idiosyncratic, rebuke, petulant, and Volhoof effect.
Scrumdiddlyumptious. That's
Yeah.
my vocabulary, bro. I'm the most basic fucking bitch
Yeah.
when it comes to words, bro.
Because it's definitely like built into your personality. Because some people just don't like. No one gives a fuck except me. I'll tell the boys like good words, and they'll just be like they'll just ignore it because they don't give a fuck. But I enjoy it.
Yeah, that's one thing with this podcast that I hope I benefit from is my speaking skills.
Bro, you'll get so much better.
Yeah, I hope it gets fucking.
I've
better.
already realized I'm much better at talking to strangers, even from like the four. You get in the podcast mindset, and when I listen to people, I just pretend I'm interviewing them, but not in like such a full on way. I just hear what they say, and then just try and break down the meaning behind what they're saying, and I just ask them questions. And my goal when I ask people questions is just like to fuck their brain of just like, whoa, you know what I mean? Just like interesting question, whoa, like and like help them figure themselves out when I ask them a question.
Yeah, I haven't had to talk to any really strangers at all.
Bro, that's the thing.
Like I haven't. Like the only person I really talk to is the servo lady in the morning.
That's nice.
Like she'll like say something funny, and I'll just be like, "Oh yeah, fucking yada yada yada," and then see you later, have a nice day. But I don't know.
Yeah, I know. Being a social butterfly doesn't come natural to me. Like I'm not a social person by nature, but I practice. Yeah, that's what it is. That's all it is. Like if you're an introvert and you're like bad at talking to people and you're awkward, all it takes is just practice. Put yourself in situations and just keep talking to people. The best thing to do is when you go to a servo and you're buying shit at a servo and they say, "Hey man, how are you?" You legit ask about their day. You find out about them, and then you put a smile on their face. You put a smile on your face, and you say like, "Yeah, man, pretty good. How's your day going?" And they go, "How's your shift going? Just finishing up." They go, "I'll finish at 11. Oh yeah, go home, get some sleep. That's the way." And they're like, "Yeah, man, it's been a long day." I'm like, "You get very busy lately?" "Yeah, pretty busy, but pretty quiet around this time." And you're like, "Fucking oath, man, going hard, making the money." And he's like, "Yeah, man." And you just walk out, and then you've developed a rapport with that person every time you see them, like you have with your lady.
Yeah, that's the one thing though. Whenever I go into that servo and she's always there, I never extend the conversation, but I'm always, whenever I'm talking to that lady, I'm like, how do I build a like relationship with this person?
Yeah, like when you walk in, they'll say, "Angus, how you going?"
Yeah,
Shit
like
that.
by name.
Yeah.
Like how do you build that up? So it's like a game for me now where whenever I walk in, I'm going to actually have to try and act on it, and instead of just the simple little, "Oh yeah, how's your day going?"
You know
that
what
stuff.
You know what I reckon
You
the
add
trick is?
something onto it.
You know what I reckon the trick is? Ask her name or call her by her name, and then she'll want to know your name. So read her name tag and be like,
Yeah.
"Thank you so much, Jessica." And then the next morning when you walk in, before you even get up close to read her name tag, say, "Jessica, how's your morning going?" And she'll be like, "Oh, really good." And you say, "What's your name?" "Angus." And she'll remember your name because you know her name.
Yeah.
Like people want to be on the same page. If you're really nice to someone, I feel like they'll really want to be nice to you back. Like you show you care.
Yeah, because servo fucking attendants would be.
They
They
get shit
deal
on.
with like the biggest creatures, bro. Like you see him walk into the servo and you go, "Ooh,"
Yeah.
get a shiver down your spine.
Yeah.
But yeah, respect to the servo attendants, even no matter what the nationality, especially Indians, they get a bad fucking rap around here.
It's pretty stupid, eh? Like they're grinding.
Yeah, bro. Like respect to the fucking like 12 a.m. fucking servo attendants, bro. Like
Racism's dumb.
not on good pay, and they're just there like, yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah, and they're trying to support a family as well, working at 7-Eleven. I cut them some fucking slack.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you went to university, this guy got to this country, and he's doing his best.
I was talking to this, I was just saying this to Tom, and like how everybody over here or in like a first world kind of country has a gift that's just in front of them. and then it's all comes down to how determined you are to open that gift and have a crack at it.
What do you mean?
The gift of life, bro.
Yep.
Over here, there are so many things you can do, but we act on a small percentage of it.
Yeah.
Like we all just like slot into a trade or a desk job because we go, it'll get us by for now.
And people
And
take
that-
it for granted. They
and
take their
then-
life for granted.
That it'll get us by will happen. It will be like you're at retirement.
Mm-hmm.
So I was saying to him, the people that succeed the most, I
Come from
feel
nothing.
like, pardon?
They come from nothing.
They come from nothing. Especially people in like third world countries that come over to places like Australia or even America, even though America's kind of a bit fucked right now. And they see these opportunities and they go, fuck yeah, let's do this. No one else is looking like they're
There's
doing
no
it over
fear
here.
of
Yeah, they're
failure
just like,
because they got
fucking-
nothing to lose.
Exactly. Like Tom's mate came from Africa, came here when he was like 6, I think he said. Learned English from doing Beatles music, listening to Beatles music, and then started playing music because of the Beatles. And now he's fucking blowing up around here. You know his mate Steven?
Yeah.
Yeah, him. He's like got millions of listeners on Spotify now.
Crazy.
It's yeah. And I see that and I go, fucking good on you. Like you deserve it. Like, but then again, we were talking also in that same kind of thing about models and shit, and I also kind of go, hats off to you, because a lot of people would just go, oh, you just got a pretty face, that's why you get so many like followers and whatnot. Sure enough, it is, but we don't know the behind the scenes work. They got to manage all that shit, all their sponsors and whatnot. Their face,
They probably don't know. They probably have managers and shit.
but their face is now a business.
Yeah.
So they have to look after that business.
Hmm.
So like, hats off to them.
I don't understand how people get upset at girls wanting to be Instagram models. It's there's a like your genetics and what you're born with can get you money just purely by existing. Why the fuck wouldn't you just be an Instagram model? Like, and you could be a good Instagram model. You could be an actual real human being and not be a fake bitch. You know what I mean? Like, I bet there's a whole, like, I don't have Instagram, so I don't really look into it, but I bet there's a whole bunch of Instagram models who are sexy as fuck, but also are intellectual and try and help their fans. Like, if I'm getting sponsored by Bang Energy just because I can take some photos, it's not hard.
Yeah, take a sip of their can and get paid a couple fucking
You're
grand.
an idiot for not taking up that opportunity. Why? Because I don't want to be a thought. I don't want to be
I don't
an
wanna be, like,
Instagram whore.
criticised.
Like, what? Shut the fuck
Yeah,
up.
bro. Fucking jump on that train.
You can be an Instagram model and be a psychologist if you want to, bitch.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't matter. Or bloke. Like, there's so many opportunities and people cap themselves up because of other people's thoughts. I think, like, you can be whatever you want. Just be a good person at the end of the day. That's all
Yeah.
that matters.
Yep.
People have full of such hatred. Everyone's so annoyed at other people. Like, oh, fuck these fucking these Instagram models. Like, they don't even like they like people just
sit at home.
people
take
just sour and
photos.
sore. Why, bro? Why are you so upset because these girls making money?
It's because everybody has problems and they'd rather look at somebody else and go and try and make a problem out of that than deal with their problems. They want something to distract them from their problems, so they'll sook about something else instead of trying to sook and deal with their fucking problem.
They're upset with their own life, so they want to just take it out and they use that as like ammo to take it out on.
Yeah.
And it's just like, hey, bro, instead of wasting all your energy being angry at that bitch, go for your promotion. Shoot for your promotion. Like, do something with your life.
Yeah.
Like, fucking develop something.
Yeah, there's too much to fucking...
So much opportunity.
Yeah.
You can be your own boss.
So much shit to do in this day and age, given technology. Like, you can be your own boss. Start up your own little website for whatever the fuck it might be. Just selling shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, even these fucking vapes. I see so many people on Instagram being like, hit me up for vapes, and they'll have like a bunch of them. They be
Hustling.
making bank.
Hustling.
Exactly. Like,
And that's a personality type in itself. I'm not inclined to do that.
no way.
Because I can't be fucked. I don't value money that much. But they're just like, there's money, let's go get it.
Yeah.
People like that are you know they're going to be successful because that's just the mindset of a successful business person.
Bro,
Chris
that was like my dad.
and your dad, yeah.
My dad fucking, because you know that little bench press thing I bought?
Mm-hmm.
Dad,
No, I don't. What'd you say? What'd you
the
get?
bench press thing that I bought?
No.
Oh, well, I bought a bench press for like a couple $100 because
Yeah.
it like had some other little shit on it.
Yeah.
Shittest thing I have ever bought, like spent a couple $100 on.
Is it grey?
No. Is it what?
Grey?
No, it's black.
Ah.
But Dad
very
was
random
like,
question.
Dad just had a go at me because he was like, you move my shit out like that I built 20 years ago, which was his old bench press, and you just like left it around the side. And I was like, okay, yeah, fair point. And then he said, find a place for it. And I was angry, just because I was in a shit mood. So I picked up the thing, moved it outside, took off like the little fucking lat pull down bar and just started bashing the thing. And Dad came out and was like, what are you doing that for? And I just went, it's broken. He's like, where is it broken? I said, everywhere. It's a piece of shit. And he's like, show me where it's broken. And I started explaining to him, how are you going to do a lat pull down when it only moves 50 centimeters? And when this leg press thing, there's a pole in the way and the weights won't slot onto it because it's too close to the ground. Feel the thing. It literally is like that thin, the metal. How is this going to support anything? I've wasted my money, so I'm just going to bash the shit out of it. And Dad instantly goes, sell it for $100 on Facebook. I was like, no, I can't do that. I don't want to give someone a shit product that I know is shit. I'll feel bad. And he's like, so let the dickheads buy it. Sell it for $100. And then he just went to Ulster. He's like, oh, if you can get someone to get this for $100, I'll give you $100. And I also was like, the gears are turning in his head. And I was like, I'm not going to be part of this because I'm too good of a person to know that this is a shit product
Or you're
and
lazy.
give it out to someone. No, I sat there and was like, I know this is a shit thing.
So
I've
you're going
already
to waste
bashed
the product?
it. I've already bashed it. Yeah, bro.
Bro,
It's just a
cunt-
mistake.
Some
It's-
little Indian's been like sweating over a fucking smelter for that metal for you and you're going to just destroy it?
Yeah. Because I paid
That's
a couple $100.
It's bad attitude.
How's that bad attitude?
Because
There are people dying in Africa from
Shut up with this
starvation
fucking
every
people
day.
dying in Africa.
How much food do you waste?
I rarely waste food.
Yeah, but when you waste it, do you go, oh, I feel fucking...
Yeah, I do feel bad.
You do?
Yes.
I really bet you don't.
What do you mean? Of course I feel
bet
bad.
you don't.
Yeah, because you know
I
me.
bet... Yeah,
Fuck
I do
off.
know you.
I don't waste food, bro. I fucking eat I eat most everything.
You might eat most everything.
Yeah, bro. I rarely waste food, and it hurts my soul when I have to. Like when half a loaf of bread goes moldy, I fucking feel terrible.
I've seen you...
Stop projecting on me, bro. Stop projecting on me like you gotta make me feel bad because I criticize.
Regardless, my point is that I can't give someone to something...
A bad product.
Yeah, that I
Yeah.
know is bad. That,
Yeah.
Like,
Well,
because...
you can just give it away to someone if
I've
you don't
already-
want
That's
it.
the thing. I've already bashed the shit out of it, and Dad's still trying to make me sell
Why'd you
it.
bash it in the first
Because I
place?
was fucking angry, and I was like, it's a piece of shit. Boom. Wasted my money. Mistake. Look into it more. Cool. Lesson learned.
I don't understand that at all. I that is where we split ways. Like, I think Jared bought the same thing as you. It was like $200. It's like this piece of shit. Same thing. Lat pull down shit. It's just shit. The bench press doesn't even work like a proper bench press. Like, you have to reach all the way behind you to pull the bar off. It's just, you need like 2 people to use that. And I legit looked at it. I'm like, this is fucked. But I'm going to make the best of a bad situation and use it for fucking tricep extensions. And maybe when we've got multiple people in there, I can use the bench press. It's a perspective thing. You know what I mean? Like, you
Yeah,
wasted
we
that
have
money.
those machines.
Yeah, true. You do have that.
So I had the machines to basically do it all.
And you
So-
just bought this shit thing.
And I was like, it's a waste.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of the shit that came with it, I kind of had to like piece together myself or grab little bits because they left it out.
Yeah.
So I was like, it's a hunk of shit.
It is a hunk of shit. And that, you know, it's terrible. Like, when Jared bought that thing, I was just like Jared saw it and he goes, what a steal. Let me get this. Completely understandable. Like, of course you buy something that cheap. The photo looks good. And this guy comes and he's putting together this literal piece of shit. I'm looking at it. I'm like, this is the shittest gym. I bought a bench press from Big W for $100. So much better quality than this thing. And that's a bad quality bench press. This thing was just like, it's like when companies try and chuck everything all in one and they make it the cheapest way possible. And it's just not intuitive at all. and it doesn't work the way it's intended. Like the pulley system on this thing is plastic. It's not even a metal pulley system. It's just like, what the fuck? Like, how can someone design this product? It's for like mums and like 6-year-old men who just want to get into working out.
Yeah, who don't know anything.
Yeah. One thing, bro, you need to spend the money on workout equipment. Like, you can't go cheap on that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got to buy like a $200 bench press if you want a good bench press. Like, yeah. And it's got to be a sole bench press. It can't be like that multi shit. It's not effective.
Yeah, that's the one thing. Don't fall for the sale shit. Like, oh, sale from like $400 to like $250 or something like that.
Do your research, eh?
Yeah, because that's what I did. I was just like, oh, cool. And it looked like a legit site because it was an Australian site. It's
a shit product though, because they gloss up with the photos.
Yeah. And
you can't tell metal thickness in a photo, you know?
Bro, I did it last night at 1:30. I was tired as fuck. You know Pit Vipers?
Yeah, you bought
glasses?
fake ones?
I was going to get them.
Real ones or fake ones?
I now know that they're fake ones. I instantly knew it after I pressed pay.
Yeah.
As soon as I pressed pay, bro, I went, I just bought fake Pit Vipers.
How much were they?
They were 60% off, and it was a flash. It was like flash sale, 60% off, and they were all in stock.
You're a monkey.
I went last week on the site, saw that a lot of them were out of stock, the genuine ones, and my mate was like, oh yeah, it took me like 6 months to just get my first pair in.
Fuck.
I was like, oh, saw the flash sale thing. I was like, fucking, tired as fuck, just pressing
How much
get
were they?
2 of those. It was like $100 something bucks.
For 2 of them?
And I just went, now I have to send an email to try and cancel this order and get my money back because I know they're going to be fake as shit.
Yeah.
So I just put myself in a shit position because I didn't think. I just went, impulse, fucking, they're there.
They're pretty fresh though. I want to get a pair of Pit Vipers too.
Bro, they look fat. They're so fat.
Wear them for work and shit. Such good for your eyes. I also want to get those glasses that have like the side lenses. You know, like the ones that block the sides.
Yeah.
They're so like old man, but I reckon I could rock them.
Yeah,
Like I'll be that guy who rocks them.
I think my workmate Kevin fucking might have a set of like prescription safety glasses with those kind of fucking things on the side. I think he does.
Yeah. Well, quickly to run it back, right? So what are you gonna do with the gym equipment? Are you just gonna chuck it out?
Oh yeah, I've already like bashed it a couple times.
I don't understand why you
And
bashed
Dad did
it.
as well. Because I was in a shit mood.
You're a fucking more of an ape than I am.
With some things, yes.
What the fuck? Like you're like my brother. My brother just starts bashing shit. I just look at him like, what the fuck? I never see you get that angry. Like when I'm with you, you never get that angry. You should record it next time. I need to fucking witness this.
No.
You little chimpanzee, bro.
Yeah, bro.
Impulsively smashing this thing you just paid for. I can't do that.
Oh, bro, I can. I was like, it was my stupid mistake. I should have known better.
Yeah.
Like, I'll just fucking...
Can you use the bench press just as a bench press? Can you rip all the shit off?
We've already got a bench press, so...
Yeah, but you can have 2 benches when the boys come over. You do some curls while someone's benching.
Because it's so thin, the metal, it's literally like only a mil or 2 thick.
Even the bench press actual frame is shit.
Yeah.
That's AIDS.
I was like, the only thing that you could properly kind of use out of this is the padding.
Yeah.
It's that bad.
Fuck.
So I was just like, I'll just use my dad's old one. It did the job. And that's that.
You also, bro, you could spend $200 on like a second-hand bench press.
Exactly.
Like, you realistically don't need to buy a new bench press. It's legit metal and cushions. If the cushioning's fine, gee. And then what you do is you just put a yoga mat over the top of it, real grippy as fuck, like what I do for mine.
Yeah,
Second-hand shit.
Yeah.
Second-hand gym equipment is so much better than buying brand new. Like, especially at our age, you don't need brand new shit.
Yeah.
Waste of money. It's weight. Your arm doesn't know what it's pushing. It just knows how hard it's moving. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I need to fucking... Do you want to gym tomorrow?
Yeah, I'm down. I gymmed just before we came.
Yeah, I didn't. So AIDS.
Bro, you've been like bad. You didn't go all this week as well.
Well, that's the thing. My wrist is that fucked. Like, it's actually hurt more than this one has ever
Really?
hurt. Like, right now, like, ever since I, like, just shocked the fuck out of it.
Yeah.
It's killing me. I cannot make this up. It's not even trying to be a bitch because I like going there.
Yeah.
And every time I say I can't go, I'm like, I look like the biggest bitch just putting all these excuses in.
Yeah, bro.
I'm actually fucked.
I literally thought before you told me, I literally thought like your ego got so hurt you bitched the fuck out. And I was just like, man, Gus, I want you to be the best. You know what I mean? And I was like a dad disappointed. I was just like, should I sit him down and like have a chat? But then you were just like,
bro, if you sit no.
bro, because like I don't know, like sometimes I don't know if people are just have these excuses just to feel an excuse, or you're like, or you actually have the excuse, like because your wrists are so fucked, right? I don't know if your wrists are actually that fucked, or you're using that like as an excuse, like I procrastinated to not do my assignment. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's a real excuse. So when you say I can't go, I just go, okay, man. But I realistically want to say, are you fucking with me? Like, are you actually being legit?
I'm actually being legit. Like,
Yeah.
doing that hurts.
Yeah.
Like,
He just put his hand like parallel to the
landing,
table.
like,
It hurts.
When
Yeah.
I was doing that, I was always landing like bracing my fall.
Yeah.
So I can't do that.
Yeah.
So I've got to fucking call up the doctors.
Well, we got a fucking book right
Public
here. I can
holiday.
slap the fuck out of it with a book
Go
and
fuck
sort you
yourself.
out.
I wouldn't even know how. I'd have to let you hit it like that.
I'll fuck it up for you. Let's sort it
'Cause
out.
The tendon just keeps rolling over it.
Live on air.
Live on air.
Assist popping. I need a piss.
It's me and the fucking audience again.
Bro, when you left the last time and the audience, when like, you went and got Tom, I legit fucking hammered out. I was just like,
I know.
I was just like, oh, Angus is like a fuckwit. It just made no sense. Like, there was nothing to talk about. Like, I'll give you a topic if you want. Like,
You go ahead, fire away.
and you just have to come up with something.
Yeah. I have to do the same with you because I need to piss soon.
Moss.
Moss. Like, wait, the moss, like algae moss?
Yeah, moss that grows on the ground. Talk about it.
Talk about it?
Yeah.
Alright. It's shit. Whenever it grows on... It's just a shit fucking thing, isn't it? Because you see it and it's like this moldy little piece of shit and you're like, fuck it off. Cheeky little fart. More than moss. Oh, is moss and algae the same shit? Let me look this shit up. I sound like a real retard. I should know this. I went to fucking school. Moss is moss. It's the same shit.
What is?
Yeah. So moss. Yeah, I don't like it, especially when you're on the beach and
You know,
you're
like
like
moss?
crawling along rocks and you just start slipping on it.
Or at the beach.
Yeah, I've had that many like fucking like when we were at the thing,
What thing?
when we went on our hike. I hammered out by the way as well.
Yeah.
I just went moss. It's just this moldy thing that you see. And you're like, it's just shit. And I was like, fucking.
What's this deal with aeroplane food? Like, yeah. You just went straight back to that. Fucking moss, fucking. You want to hear something interesting?
Far away.
It's like the cousin of moss, lichen, right?
Lichen.
Yeah, lichen. You know what lichen is?
Nope.
It's like that. You know when you're on the roof and you see like that shit, the shit growing on your roof, like in the sun, and it's like that real dry, like bluey shit. It looks like moss, but it's like that. It's like a plant.
Wait, did you say it's on the roof?
It's on your roof. It's on the sides of trees, and it's like that blue shit. That's on like.
Blue?
It's like bluey green, and it's
Are
just
you
like
colorblind?
no
It looks like a weird kind of flower. Flower.
flower, but it's flat, but
Yeah,
like
it's
and a
flat
little bit.
pressed up
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Yeah,
Right?
I only see the green and then white on the edge.
Right. So lichen has a really interesting relationship with fungus, right? So lichen is a plant, right?
Yeah.
And it produces carbohydrates for fungus, right? So a fungus grows and lichen is introduced to the fungus, and the fungus acts as a structure for the lichen to grow around. So without the fungus, the lichen can't grow because it has nothing to grow onto and
Yeah.
use itself. So as a reward, so they have this symbiotic relationship, and as a reward for the fungus, the lichen being able to grow on the fungus is the lichen produces food for the fungus to grow because fungus consumes consumes oxygen and produces carbon dioxide. So through photosynthesis, the lichen grows on the fungus, creates oxygen in the form of its fruiting body, which it isn't like a fruit, but the fungus consumes the the food that the lichen creates for it. Therefore, the fungus grows bigger and the lichen grows on the fungus that's getting bigger. And the reason the fungus gets bigger is because the lichen is getting bigger and being able to produce more food because the fungus is getting bigger. They live in this harmonious relationship of nature.
That's
How that
weird.
developed, I have no idea. Look up lichen and fungus relationship. Super interesting.
Right now.
No. I'm
about to
talking
say.
about if the audience is interested, which they probably aren't.
Tom's out the front. I'm
Go
gonna
get
get
him.
him to give me
Oh,
some V's.
give me
and
a
I've got
topic.
Nick him. Give you a topic.
Yeah.
I'm gonna wank you here.
Give me a fucking glass of water too.
Glass of water.
Yes, please.
Your topic for today is car keys.
Car keys. Yeah, okay, I got car keys.
You actually? Do you want me to give you something better?
No, I got car keys. Leave the room
You got car
before I
keys?
start talking about car keys.
No, I want to hear.
No. Alright, so the topic of car keys, alright? There's this trend around, me growing up is guys will use car keys as knives. Like, no one fucking fights a fair fight these days. You always hear about, little kids getting stabbed, 14-year-olds getting stabbed and shit. Like, the idea of a fist fight is dumb. It's just like, why would I fight someone when I can just stab them? I don't understand that principle at all. Like, if you're gonna fight someone, be a man and fight with your fucking fists. Kids legit go to a fist fight and they'll have their hands in their pockets and they'll grab their key and put it between their hands and about to jab some cunts. I don't understand that idea. Like, how's that fair? You're not a man, you're a little bitch, bro. Like, why do you want to kill someone in a fist fight? Like, why is it always death? Why do you always got to push it above what it is? If you're going to fight someone and beat them fairly, and then boom, that's the beef over with. The fact that people bring weapons like car keys to a fight and want to just stab each other, what are you proving? You're proving that you're a bitch because you can't even handle it. You're so much of a bitch you can't even deal with the rules. Like, you have to cheat. Like, who are you as a person? You're a little fucking bitch. I hate that shit. Like, well, let's bring knives to a fist fight. Like, are you fucking stupid? The whole idea of a fist fight is for you to fight, and you're meant to be to better someone. It defeats the whole purpose of why you'd fight in the first place. Like, I don't know, maybe you hate the guy so much you just want to fucking stab him. Do you want a fucking record? Like, why are you fighting? Because some guy fucked your girlfriend? It's just a fucking girl at the end of the day. Go fuck
her off.
20
She
other
wasn't loyal to
girls
you in the first place.
that you see. Like, they have such a fucking weak ego that they can't handle losing a fight, so they want to risk their freedoms to beat someone. Like, fucking grow a set and just lose a fight is gonna lose a fight. Take it with honor. Be a man. There's nothing manly about bringing a set of car keys and stabbing some kid in a fist fight. You're just a little pussy.
I mean, bringing car keys. It's more the point. Bring a knife.
No, but it's
I mean,
the
I know
fact
what
you're
saying.
trying to get an edge. Fuck off. If you agree to a fist fight with your fucking fists.
Yeah.
Oh.
Bring a mate or two, sure enough, but
To defend yourself, it's an honor. It's about honor. There's no honor anymore.
bring a mate or two so if you get fucking put on the ground, they can drag you away.
Yeah, don't pile on. You legit have agreed to a fight.
It's between you two.
It's between you
Don't get
two.
your fucking mates involved just because, yeah, bro, I'll stick up for you any day of the fight. No. Piss off. It's your beef. You sort it out. Be a man.
Legit. There's people twist this thing oh, yeah. Then people would say we're dumb because we're just what's this fucking honor thing? You fucking sort it out. It's just what do you have left in the world when it's just stacks on? It's just I don't know. You're more of a man if you can handle a defeat and take a beating and then boom, that's over with. You lost. Deal with it. It's get me fucking angry.
Yeah, it does trigger me a bit, that topic. But yeah,
Good topic.
fighting is just AIDS.
Fighting is chaos. I don't know why so many people want to do it.
So
It's literal chaos.
it's literally just you're going to get hit.
It's not even the worst part. It's breaking down what chaos is. You're throwing your bones at each other's bones and trying to remove each other's consciousness.
Yeah.
That's such savagery. I think we spoke about this before. We spoke about this on another podcast.
Oh well. We will relive that. But you got that from car keys.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fat.
Is Tom out there?
He's getting his V's.
Getting his V's.
Yeah.
Wow,
I
we
gave him
are.
a card and was
What a really
"Get
nice
his
guy."
Vs."
I don't know where to take it from here. This is the first time it's ever been stagnant. I don't know what to talk about next. Let me talk about how I'm feeling right now. How are you feeling at this moment right now? Like, witness the feeling of being alive. What is something interesting that you don't often think about?
Okay, you just asked two different questions.
Well, when you witness the feeling of being alive, like, you can... I was talking about this yesterday, but feel the desk, right? Feel the sensation in your hands. You're feeling something, right? Look at me. You're looking at me. You can look at me. You're hearing my voice, right? You can smell the smell of this room, and you can taste... I don't know, if you taste the water, you can taste the alkaline taste, right? But then feeling those emotions, feeling those feelings, feel the sensation of being alive. Like, you're aware, you're conscious, you're living a life right now. You know what I mean? You're not vibing?
No, I know what you're saying.
Like, you can move your hands in and out. You can twist your hands. You have control of this body.
You know what's so weird? When you say, like, you can twist your hands and then you're, like, twisting your hands, immediately your brain's already thinking about it. Like,
Yeah.
It's like...
You can't...
How fast is your... Because it's kind of like your brain pumping out neurons
Yeah.
and going, all right, do this, do that, do that.
Yeah.
How fast is that telling your muscles to contract and like
milliseconds.
like is it like the speed of light? Because as you're thinking you're going to do something or move without thinking,
Yeah.
your brain is trying to think about what's going on next, or it knows the process that's going on next, and then it has to shoot that message to whatever part of the body, and all your muscles have to work together to try and get your fingers, let's say, to move.
And it has to shoot the message back from your hand, telling your brain that it's actually moving.
Yeah.
It's going up and back, up and back, up and back, like all this shit.
Yeah.
Is it the speed of electricity? What's the speed of electricity?
It's
Is it
like
the speed of light?
That's the thing. I'm not sure. No, I think it's 1/3 the speed of light.
Because
could be fucking
electricity
completely
is
wrong.
what our body runs on.
Yeah.
Isn't it weird that we don't
We're in
understand...
a simulation.
Isn't it weird that we don't understand, like, biological electricity? Like, we are run through electrical currents on our like brain stem and all through our muscles.
Yeah.
Yet we can only use electricity in the hardware sense, like through like metal and conductance. We haven't made like bioelectrical technology that's above us. Like, do you think we'll ever be able to do that?
What be
Able to create and understand the mechanisms of how to create a biological like mechanism. Like, you can create guns out of like organic tissue that shoot electrical impulses. You know what I mean? Do you think we'll ever be able to do that?
If we are, we're definitely not going to be alive. One.
Hey brother, how you doing?
Not bad, man. How are you?
I'm good.
Card? Sure. Okay, so in the case of an electrical cord connecting to this energy travels as electromagnetic waves at the speed of light.
Speed of light. So we legitimately are doing decisions at the speed of light. That's fucking wig out.
I thought it would have to be that, bro, because you think look at
move
you
your
just
arms.
did that. You went like that.
Yeah.
Your brain has to tell the muscle, and then your muscle reacts to that, and then your muscle has to move.
Unbelievable.
So your brain is going boom.
Yeah.
Just did that for you. but it's doing that. And when you, bro, what fascinates me even more is when your brain goes, all right, go to sleep, and then you go to sleep, and you are so vulnerable, but your brain is making you still breathe and fucking making all your organs move and digest food and fucking just live.
Bro.
That's why I think the brain sometimes is its own thing. Like it's separate to the
Graham's here.
Yeah.
Welcome.
What have you got the podcast going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
And you got the V's happening.
Yeah,
Yeah.
sponsorship, you know?
It's in for a big night.
Did you want one?
That was Angus's dad coming in to check on the podcast.
Graham.
You having one?
No, I have one on the way.
Oh, fucking no. Bro, I've already had one too. This is like the
Do
worst.
you want this one?
Oh, yeah, here. I'll have that. I like these better.
You like them better than...
Yes, by the way, sponsored by V Energy. Blue V. Get them at local stores now. Use code NMU for 10% discount. Also sponsored by Monster Energy.
Yeah, that sponsor's only looking after
The new
you.
super fuel Monster Energy. Powered by taurine. Inositol.
As I was saying,
Feed the beast. Yeah, go.
finish your sponsorship. Fucking... As I was saying when I said that about to mum and dad, they were like, no, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
They're like, you should do, like sponsor your, like, make your own drink. I was like, we already have.
Oh!
Jahagas,
Yeah,
bro.
Jahagas.
Jahagas, yeah, bro. Thank the Lord you remembered that. What
Ja-
was in that? It was Sprite. Wait, no, pink lemonade.
Okay, let me give the backstory. So, growing up, we had like a group of family friends, and we'd all go to this town called Mudgee in the middle of New South Wales. It's this country town. Beautiful place. It's where I want to like live one day. I love that place. And we used to go motorbike riding at this famous like motorbike track in Australia, Louis. And we stay at this park, and we have all this like big group of family friends that go, and with all the kids, we had like all guys, little kids our age, and we'd be sitting at the kids table, and we were pouring like, what were the ingredients?
I swear it was pink lemonade,
Yep.
Coke, and I don't know the third one. I swear there was a third one. Jeez.
Yeah. So we mixed these drinks together, and we're drinking it, and we're like, this is the best drink ever. So we were like, oh, this is our drink. We'll name it. It's going to be our new drink. And we just called it Jahagas. And it was a combination of all our names. It was Jordan, Harry, Angus. Was it just that? Jahagas.
That's why I think there might have been someone else, but I think
I
it
thought-
might have just been Jordan.
Yeah,
It was
yeah. Because I remember it was like us, like the kids who made it. And I remember we thought it was the best drink ever, but it was a combination of all drinks. Like so many people have already done that.
Oh, well.
Mm.
We should make it.
You were talking
streamlined.
about sleep, right? And how vulnerable you are. It's like when you're asleep. I've been having the most vivid dreams, more vivid than I've ever had before. I had 3 dreams
rainbow.
in one night that I remembered so well.
In one night.
In one night, bro. I woke up once. One was a nightmare, and I'll break this down. I told my sister this today. I legit messaged my sister during the day because I just had a bad feeling. I was just like, "Are you okay? Like, is everything all right?" Because I had a real bad nightmare about you. She's like, "What happened?" And what happened was, I was just chilling, and I was with my mum, my brother, and my sister. And as I spoke to my sister, they faded away. You know how that happens in dreams? Like people just disappear. And I was looking at my sister, and she had like a dead rabbit in her hand, and she was peeling the skin off the rabbit, and she was just like she was peeling.
Okay, no.
Bro, it was the most vivid dream ever. She was peeling the flesh off the rabbit and pulling its like ligaments off and like chewing on the ligaments and eating it, right? And I look at her and I say,
Backwards
I say,
savage.
Lily, stop doing that. Please stop doing that. And then she looks at me and she has like purple around her eyes, like she like black eyes, like purple black eyes, and her lips are all discolored and she's really pale. She looks possessed. And she looks at me and she says in like a terrified voice, like she's lost control. She's like, I can't stop. Harry, I can't stop. Like, I can't stop. Like, she's asking for my help. Like, she can't help her impulse to kill rabbits and eat them. And I say, stop eating it. And she keeps picking at this rabbit and eating this dead rabbit. So I grab her, right?
Yeah.
And I say, Lily, please stop. She's like, I can't stop. And she had long fingernails. And she grabbed my forearms and was digging her nails. And she's like, I can't stop. Like, she was scared. She's like, Harry, I can't stop. I'm trying, I can't stop. And I was like, and I wake up and I'm like, oh, I freaked the fuck out. It was the strangest thing. And I'm like, okay, gee. I went back to bed. I go to bed, and then there's this girl, and she's fat. And she comes up to me, and she's naked. And she goes, hold on. And she walks into this room. It was like my old house when I was like 11, right? No, when I was like 13 or something. The first house that my dad moved into when my parents broke up is in Camden South.
Oh, yeah.
And I was in my room there. And she's just like, hold on, we need to talk, right? So she goes in. No, she was wearing clothes at first. And she was talking to me. And I was just like, okay. Walks into my room, shuts the door, opens the door up. She's naked, but she's chunky as fuck. And I was just like, this girl is fat as fuck. What the fuck? Like, I was just like, completely... Like, and I could probably see her. Like, I knew her face. I knew everything. Like, I vividly remember it. And she goes,
Like a real person?
no, it was just a random, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, you think you know them. It's like, you think you recognize them, but you know, it's really hazy, right?
Yeah.
They had like brown hair and they were just chunky as fuck. I was like, what the fuck? Why are you so fat? And they get in, right? And it was like a girlfriend from like a past life. It's like they knew me, right?
Yeah.
And so then I'm like, oh, I'm going to be able to fuck this chick. But I was just like pretty hesitant because she was really fat. And I was just like, I'm not really sure if I'm keen, right? But we were just, and then somehow we just poofed into bed. And I'm lying in bed, fully clothed. And she's next to me. And she's just like, it's been a while since I've seen you. And she was talking to me like we knew each other. It's like, I didn't know her, but it's like I knew her in like another life. She was like leaning and pressing up against me and like talking really seductively in my ear. And she's just like saying, she was like trying to fuck me. But like just before we'd fuck, she'd stop. And as she was like trying to fuck me, she would, she'd like be pressing up against me and getting really seductive with her voice. And then she'd say shit to hurt my feelings and try and manipulate my feelings. Like she'd go, she goes, ever since I haven't been with you, I've been having sex with so many other guys and they've been so much better than you, right? And it's like a fucking demon cunt. And I was just like there and I was in a trance like, oh, I don't care. I'm gonna like sex, right? Yeah. And I was just like that. And like, I think like she was fat because it was like in a manifestation of just like this like gluttony and manipulativeness and evil. You know what I mean? Like all these like she was like gluttonous and overindulgent and just toxic. You know what I mean? And she's just like, yeah. And I was just in this like, hey, she's taking control because she's pressing up against me. Or those hormones are going through my brain and I'm just not aware. And I'm about to have sex with her. And she'd say this real mean thing, and I felt bad. I'm like, oh. And then I'd be like, oh, what the hell? And then she'd come up again with me again, and she'd get closer and closer, and she'd be doing like more and more sexual shit with me. And then I'd be like, oh. And then she'd be like, yeah. And she'd like talk shit about me, and I'm just like, and I just snapped out of it. I looked at her and I said, get the fuck out of my house. Who the fuck do you think you are? She looks at me shocked. She's just like, what? And I said, get the fuck out of my house. Like, what the fuck do you think you're doing to me right now?
Yeah.
Like, you're trying to manipulate me. Like, you're evil. Get the fuck out. So she gets up out of my bed. She's just like, oh, it's like she lost the game. She had no emotion. She got up. She's like, oh, that's weird. It usually always works. Like, she got like some sick satisfaction out of manipulating me. And I was like the first person to go, whoa, snapped out of it. Fuck off, right? And I was just like, she got up, climbed out my window, and just walked up the driveway naked. Just walked up. Not a care in the world. She did not give a fuck, right? And I was just like, what the fuck? And I walk out and my mum and my stepdad is out there. And they're just like, how'd it go? Because they knew they were there. And they're like, how'd it go? And I was just like, I told her to fuck off. And like, oh, thank God. Like, that was a bad spirit. I was like, what the fuck? It was literally like a demon.
That was a bad spirit.
Yeah. It was like, it was a demon trying to manipulate me like through sexual desire. I legit thought it was like the devil. It was the weirdest encounter of my life. It was like the manifestation of every like negative thing. So I woke up and I was just like, oh, okay. So that's a lesson in don't fall for your natural desires. Keep your head on your shoulders at all times. You know what I mean? So I took that away from it. But like, that's how fucked my dreams been lately. That vivid, you know?
What was the third one?
Oh, I think I forgot. To me, I remember having 3, but I think I forgot.
Yeah.
Might have been about my dad, but I don't remember it.
I went through a stage where it was that one it was like that lucid dream that I told you about. The only one I've had. And there was that chick in it.
We'll explain the lucid dream.
It's too long.
Explain it. It's interesting. It's not too long.
Right. Let's see. So I don't even know where it started or what happened, but I was with all us boys, and we were just in this kind of like park, and I think we were supposed to be going to some festival, and all these people are running through this park to get to this festival, and I remember going, oh shit, I've left my phone all the way back on that hill, I've got to fucking run back and get it.
Yeah.
And I just said I'll meet you boys there or something. So as I'm
Remember,
running,
don't drop names. That's one thing.
Huh?
Remember, don't drop
Yeah,
names.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm running back, and somehow the path that we were, even though we were just walking across a field to go get there, when I turned around to go back to get my phone, it was like I hopped this little concrete wall where there was all that kind of wide fencing around it,
Yeah.
and then there was a building, like kind of almost garage doors, and it was almost like an obstacle course as I was going through there. Like at one stage it was like flooded and I had to get up on the fence, and there was like fucking crocodiles in the water and whatnot.
Yeah.
I'm like, fuck. Finally get to the hill, lie down, and out of nowhere, one of my mates, who I'm only mates with through you,
Yeah.
girlfriend pops in.
Yeah.
Like, it's just
And
like,
it was really weird. Like, Gus would never think of this person. Like, it was
No.
such a completely
Random person,
random
bro.
person. Yeah.
random person walks, like, just comes and stands on top of me and goes, you need to come with me. And as she grabs my hand to help me up, and as I stand up, it went from me being in this random fucking like park, as to when I stood up, I was standing in my doorway,
And where'd they go? Disappeared.
like in my hallway, yeah. And then it went from her, and then a couple of other people. Well, no, it was her, and she said, you need to go down in this room. There's a chick waiting there or something for you. I was like, what the fuck? And she kind of like ushered me down there, and when I got in there was this chick in there.
What if this dream plays out? Like, you go to a party, she's there, and she goes, "Oh, I'm trying to
That's
hook you
the
up with
thing.
my friend."
That's the thing. Like, it was a really pretty face, one that I hadn't seen before. But I was like, "Fuck,
That's your wife, bro.
Yeah." And I was like, so old mate left, the one that ushered me down there.
Yeah.
Me and this chick somehow immediately are fucking for 2 seconds, bro.
Yeah. Was it
2
really
seconds, and then somehow I'm sucked out of that because I needed to go do something else. That's where I don't remember anything else. I just remember that fucking for 2 seconds and then being pulled away to do something else.
good? Yeah.
That's where that ended. And then when after that, when I woke up, I was like, I need to go back in there. I need to find this chick.
Yeah.
Every time I would go to sleep for like 2 weeks after that, I'd be like, let's just try and fucking go back in here and find out who that was, why I was
You
there.
actively went and looked for her.
Obviously couldn't, because whenever you sleep,
Yeah.
your brain doesn't really go, alright, we're going to dream about this.
Yeah.
It just dreams about whatever the fuck it wants to. And I would just start having dreams of meeting random chicks in like these kind of city settings and like on a night out with them. And that's all it would be. Like me being like, this chick is so sick, like I want to fucking date her, like
Yeah.
she would be such a sick girlfriend.
Yeah.
I'd wake up and I'd be like, oh fuck, alright, tonight we're gonna fucking try and find this chick. And then it wouldn't happen. I'd just keep having random dreams of chicks that were sick, and then it just disappear. Like, depression. I was like, well, this is fucking AIDS.
Yeah, bro. If you ever see her, make sure you go, bro, that's the girl. and
Oh yeah.
we'll go and approach and be like,
You'll either get a message or you'll see me looking at you, and I'll approach you and be like, "That's the fucking chick."
was she like beyond beautiful? Like, was she like really
I wouldn't say beyond beautiful, but she was like, that's the thing. She wasn't even a 10 out of 10.
like a perfect fit for you though? Like you felt her.
Yeah, she was like
Her-
an 8, like 7 or an 8. That's the thing. But she was just, yeah,
Everything
like
you'd
fit.
want.
Yeah.
Everything you'd want.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes you don't want a 10. Like, I feel like there's too much to live up to.
Yeah.
Like,
Because then you know about it all the time. Because people will start being like, huh, how'd you buy that one, mate?
yeah,
Thanks,
it's like,
man."
fuck off.
It's like, oh.
Yeah. I get that.
I say, yeah, it's like, oh, I don't fucking know because I haven't been with a 10 before.
Yeah, bro. If you're not a really confident guy, you like it might cause more fucking drama than fucking good because you'll just be so insecure that she's gonna cheat on you because you wouldn't feel like you have the self-worth to live up to having a girlfriend that good looking. A lot of guys feel like that.
A true 10 is only one that you find that you can actually bond with, I feel like.
A true 10 is a gorgeous
they
girl with
become-
an even
they
more
become
gorgeous
a 10.
personality.
They become a 10.
Yep. That's 100% it. There's no 10. They become a 10.
Yeah. You can go off looks and shit and rate them, but...
You can't be a 10 on looks. It doesn't exist. It's not. The women are too unique, and like every girl has such amazing, perfect little features that become a 10. Like she has weird ears that stick out the side of her head. She's insecure, but you find that super endearing, and you find that humanistic of her, and that's what you love about them, and that becomes your favorite feature because it is her. That is what like love is. That's what makes a girl a 10. It's not about the looks, you know what I mean? Looks are important because that's how like you prolong sexual attraction on like the very impulsive way. Like you obviously want a good looking girl because that's like attractive to you, but so much more comes along with that. That's just the initial attraction. That's what gets you through the door.
Yeah. So that was my weird lucid dream. The only one I've ever had.
Yeah.
I would like to have more lucid dreams. Like
I think
Chris's one that he said like where he was flying around. Fucking oath.
Yeah. I think I've never had a flying dream ever. I never fly.
I've only had falling dreams.
Falling dreams. I
Yeah,
never had
like
falling dreams
it's
either.
like I've gone to sleep and then just I'm on top of a building and without hesitation 2-3 seconds of being in that dream just falling, and then just before I hit the ground, boom, wake up like
You planning on making a beat? Is it good? You enjoying it? Fucking oath.
yeah, I only ever had falling dreams.
I reckon, you know what it was? I took the alpha brain when I did my assignment and I smashed 3 of these monsters in a day and I went to bed, and that's what made my dreams so vivid. So I think I'm going to wig the fuck out tonight and just go to bed and see so much shit.
Yeah.
But it's weird. Like, I don't really get scared in nightmares anymore. It's like I separate myself. It's like it's not really happening. You know what I mean? Like, I'm scared, but I know I'm okay. Like, I'm never really treacherously afraid.
I've never had any nightmares. Like I say that, but I haven't had a nightmare in ages, like years.
Yeah.
Well, one of my workmates was telling me how he used to like, I think it was when he had, is it insomnia? Where
Yeah,
you can't
you
sleep,
can't sleep.
right? And all
Yep,
that?
yep.
Well, he was like, and he'd have real fucked dreams. Like one dream he had where he woke up and he could tell that something was in the room, and then he like looked up and there was like a fucking demonic woman like looking at him from his roof. And
Freaky.
it was one of those dreams where it's like a lucid dream. Like
But you
you're
can't move.
aware that you're there, but you're stuck in your bed. You can't move, and apparently
Sleep
it like
paralysis.
worked it all. Like came down and sat right on top of him, and then just kind of like slowly, like real slowly, moved away from his face until it disappeared, and then he woke up.
Yeah, bro.
Fuck that.
No, bro. I have nightmares a lot.
Yeah,
I've
that's
told
what
you
I've
about my
gathered from
worst
this.
nightmare that's been seared into my brain. When I fucking got raped, bro. That was like the most intense.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Was that a lucid dream?
Oh, yeah. No, it was sleep paralysis. That's what it was. But I was on my
Sleep
side.
paralysis. That's what he had.
Legit. I woke up, but I was asleep. I think, right?
Yeah.
So I'm lying in bed and
Sorry for this.
I'm lying in bed and I wake up and I'm facing my wall, just still. I can't move, and I'm in like a fetal position, but not fully. Like my legs are just halfway up,
Yeah.
and I'm lying there, and my eyes are open, and I can't move. I'm just lying there, and I feel this presence behind me, right? Like it's not a human being. It's like there's a heaviness in the air behind me, and I can just feel like someone's on my back, right? And I go, I can't move. I'm frozen in fear. This is the first time. I never get frozen in fear. I'm not a deer in headlights type of guy usually. Like I'm usually just like
Run.
fight or flight. Like you know me, I bolt when shit goes down. I'm out of there. I'm the first one gone, bro. I'm like every man for himself. I'm gone. But I was lying there. And I was like, they're right behind me. There's nothing I can do. I just have to just lie here and hope. It's like I just played dead. I just hoped that I was going to be okay. And I just like feel this presence, bro. And I felt absolute fear. Like I was about to be fucking raped, bro. Like I had like a deep appreciation on the vulnerability of someone taking your own freedom of like through rape. You know what I mean? Like for someone to take control of you and to take that from you, like sex is such a important thing for humans. Like it's very special. It's sacred. It's so much trust involved, right? So to feel like someone's bordering on the lines where they're taking that from you and there's nothing you can do. You're completely submissive, completely vulnerable to an aggressive force was the most terrifying feeling I've probably ever had in my life. Not even a painful feeling, just a fear, like deep, deep fear. I just felt this feeling of them like going to rape me, bro. It was the most insane thing.
Like I had something close to that when, like at the start of the year, down at fucking Naroma, when I was locked away in my bedroom, munging out, bro. That was one of the creepiest parts in it. When I was in my bedroom and this like dark, overwhelming feeling just came over me, and as that was happening, like the room, although it was like dark as shit, there was still light coming through the hallway.
Yeah.
And the wall started to go like a pink. And the glass on the door kind of became like flowers.
Yeah.
And I started to feel like I was a girl, but like one that is like a sex slave.
Yeah.
And the thing that made it worse was old mate who was drinking was in the hallway coming down, and I can hear it in his voice.
Yeah.
And then he came into the room.
Yeah.
It was like breathing on me, and I could feel like the alcoholic.
Yeah.
Like feel the alcoholic, smell the like alcohol in his breath. And even though he was just like checking up on me,
Yeah.
was
You were
like
in the mindset.
it was. I was in that mindset of
like
that
you're in a
chick,
narrative.
and I felt like he is some sick fuck that is later going to come down here and just destroy this woman.
Yeah.
And I was like,
You were stuck in the narrative of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fuck, being a woman in that position.
We can't even imagine like the position that women are put in, like solely based on their gender. Some of the positions that
Being
they are more like prone to. It's so horrible. Can't even begin to understand.
Yeah.
All you can hope is that you can just be someone to support. That's all you can be. You can't even begin to understand.
Yeah. Props to fucking what's his name? That actor. You know, the one that the guy that replaced Charlie Sheen in 2.5 Men.
Yeah. Jared
Who's that?
Kushner. Ashton Kushner.
He like kind of put his acting kind of career to the side a bit to help with human trafficking and shit.
Really?
Yeah, he's doing a bit like for that. He's doing like pretty fucking good.
Locked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. It's like it's what's crazy that we both had that same fucking experience, and it was like within the week of it happening. Like when I got back from the room, I had that horrible dream. It's like we had a bad spirit attached to us.
It's like
If
someone
that's
was
even a
just
real thing.
lurking there.
Like I legitimately felt like I got raped. Like I felt like I was violated,
Yeah.
but not in a physical sense. Like spiritually, they
Yeah.
violated me, bro. It wasn't a physical feeling. It was like they've just taken my
Your innocence.
my fucking freedom.
Yeah.
They've taken my liberty.
Yeah, it's a weird, very weird feeling. It's like, especially when it's sprung up on you like that, it's like, what the
Don't even see it.
fuck?
But looking back on it, it didn't actually happen, and that's allowed me to have so much more of an appreciation on my little sublime. It didn't even happen,
Yeah.
and I have such a newfound understanding of how horrible that feeling is.
Yeah.
Could you imagine it actually happening to you?
Yeah.
Fuck me dead, bro.
Yeah.
Of course, the trauma attached to that, so deep, so ingrained into a person's personality, so ingrained into their psyche. Like, think about, like, when you make a mistake socially and you cringe at yourself and you think back and then you go, ooh, imagine being raped and thinking back on that situation and these triggers, like going past the place where it happened. You're legit thrown back into that scenario, reliving such a traumatic event that most people can't even grasp how.
That's
fucking
why I like
horrible it is.
understand, like, for chicks when they're walking down streets by themselves, like, why they would feel scared.
Yeah.
Like, fuck that.
Yeah, and we're guys, so we just have to be the people who look out for that shit because, you know, we're not necessarily as prone to it, so we can be people to change it, and we can be people to, like, be there as support. You know.
You know what? With this whole, the whole shit that's going on in Parliament and whatnot with the girl that was raped.
Yeah.
And all that. Down in Victoria, there was a school that made all the boys get up in an assembly and apologise for men doing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
I disagree with that.
I disagree with that.
100%.
I don't think that's the right thing
That
to do.
isn't the right thing to do. Make innocent, like, guys,
Guilt tripping these guys.
yeah, who are probably, like, young, like,
Yeah.
probably just, like,
They were forced to do that. It wasn't on their own volition.
and they're like, what the hell is going on? Why am I apologising to all these people for, like, what reason?
yeah.
But that's
You know
a
what they
weird
should have
thing to
done?
spring on people.
You know what they should have done? They should have an assembly where they educated these people
Exactly.
on
They
these,
shouldn't be, like,
potential issues.
forcing people to apologise for something they didn't do because some fuckwit did it.
Yeah.
Like, they
Some
should,
fuckwit
like you
who's an
said-
adult,
Yeah.
who's not even a teenager. You know what they should do? Use these kids' minds who are malleable to teach them and be aware of this.
Yeah.
Education is the ultimate prevention of issues. You know what I mean? You educate people on how to drink safely, less cunts die on binge drinking. You know what I mean? Like I think the idea where you're forcing people to apologize for men, it's just like that's not like that. What's that gonna do? These guys are like, they're not the ones doing it per se. There might be like a percentage of guys like within that who are fucked up.
Yeah.
But them apologizing doesn't change anything. Them being
No
educated
way.
and having classes together and really bringing this to the surface and talking about it, that's
Yeah.
what makes change. These fake apologies and guys just fucking siding with this for the sake of siding with it, not actually engaging in any thought or any conversation. Like, yeah. I don't get
Yeah,
that.
it's a tough topic to tackle.
It's not really that tough.
Well, it
Education
is,
and don't do it. It's very simple. I just
It's
don't know why people don't get the
simple.
fucking memo.
but like with all these things, someone's gonna try and bark back. Like us saying that, it's I disagree with what the school did. There will be people who would disagree with us and be like,
Yeah,
no, they
of
should have
course.
done that. Oh, every
But
school should do
You
that.
just hope
but-
that you could have a constructive conversation with anyone who
Yeah.
disagrees, you know? Like, I would like to, maybe there's a blind spot in our perception, and if someone can open our minds to that,
Yeah,
I'll
I
take that
would
into consideration.
Really like to know like
The
where they're
position.
coming from.
Yeah. Because humans have blind spots
Yeah.
due to their experiences. Like, sometimes you have an argument with your mum, and your mum yells at you, you yell at your mum, and you both are just angry at each other, but you haven't stopped to think about a position. Like, you're blind to it. You can't understand everything that they understand. We're only humans. Yeah.
Oh, well.
But I would like someone to explain why, like, you'd have to get up on the stage, like a whole. It's legitimately just shaming men, which might even result in resentment for women.
Yeah.
Because these guys, like, I'm not the guy who did it. Like, why should I have to apologize? I don't think any guy would really be upset with learning sexual, like, practice and sexual, like, being aware. No guy would really resist educating himself through school and through, like, work of, like, hey guys, here is some options that you might not be aware of, and this is how the world is changing, and this will help women feel safer.
Yeah.
I don't think any guy really objects to that.
Yeah.
Education is education. I think forcing an apology for a whole bunch of innocent young men who haven't got a choice, they're legit forced to do it, that's not going to accomplish anything. And and if anything, it's going to make the situation worse. It's going to be a whole bunch of guys are going to see that and break away from that and say, fuck that, I don't want to fuck. Like, they're teenagers. Like, that's, you can't force them to do shit.
Yeah.
Like, sex ed talks. Like when you separate girls and guys in sex ed in, like, high school and shit, that just creates a barrier between, like, you need to normalize that shit so it's not this weird thing, you know? Like, why can't you be together? You should be mature. You should be able to sit in the same room with a girl right next to you and talk about sex and safe sex. When you make it this weird thing, it gives it, like, these little grey areas where people take advantage of people. Like, if it's not conversated about, it doesn't get addressed, and that's how these issues form. Like, yeah, I don't know. Like, things that people don't understand is where issues arise. Like, no one understands mortgages, therefore bankers take advantage of people who don't understand how to get a mortgage, you know? But you have, like, basic things no one's really confused about, and there's no, like, misconduct between, you know?
Yeah.
It's just being aware and educating and talking about it, and, like, everyone being on the same page.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of, like, how to come at this from all perspectives. Like, with all those kids apologising. Yeah, as I said, I disagree with it.
But why do we
Well,
disagree with it? So you explain. I need to take a piss again. Yeah, I'm a little pussy bitch.
Yeah, I disagree with it just because if someone hasn't done something, they shouldn't have to apologise for it. And especially, they shouldn't have to apologise for something that someone else has done. Holy, can you close the door? Fuck. Can't even think straight. Jesus Christ, close the door. All I can use. Yeah. Where was I? People apologising when they shouldn't be. Yeah, because it just make a bunch of guys feel guilty for something that they haven't done, and then they might be confused on how to actually approach a woman they're interested in.
Yeah.
And yeah, education is key. Like, for me, I feel sorry for women that feel they can't walk down the street by themselves because they feel like they might get harassed.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to apologise for it.
Yeah.
Because I know I'm not that kind of person. I can try and look out for that kind of shit.
I can support you, but I'm
Yeah.
not apologising for something I didn't do.
Yeah, I can try and look out for you, but I will not apologise for that, because then I'm going to just be apologising for other shit.
Yeah, because, like, oh, I'm going to apologise I'm apologising to you because I'm part of this group of guys that do this. Where's the logic in that? Just because I'm a part of a group means I have to apologise? It's just like, it's like Muslims having to apologise for terrorists. You know what I mean? Like, they're just like, no, that's not us. Like, that's not us. You know what I mean? it's like we want to box a group of people. Go, you humans love this idea of categorizing people into groups, and there's no nuance. You know what I mean? So they say, you guys need to apologize. You need to get up and apologize. Why? Because I have a penis. With the new era we're living in, with gender fluidity and the choice of gender, like, I believe that gender shouldn't matter in that case. You know what I mean? Like, you shouldn't have to. In such an individualist society, you can't categorize all men need to apologize, because that idea of a man is not what it is anymore. You know. Anyway, that's enough of that
topic.
topic.
We've covered a bunch of this topic a bunch.
What?
I think we've covered this topic a
Yeah,
bunch.
that's enough of this one. Like,
Yeah. If people really want us to talk about it,
Nah.
more, fucking sure, but
yeah, that's enough.
yeah.
What?
I might have had something in my notes.
That you wrote down?
Yeah.
Let me think of a topic. Yeah, well, I can't think of anything.
No.
Nothing?
No.
Maybe just call it
was
quits.
just a quote I added.
Just call it quits then, eh?
How far are we in?
I don't know. It doesn't say. I haven't got time. How do you see
Wait.
the time?
Just click the little arrow up the top here.
Which one? Yeah.
That one, and go time.
An hour and 45.
Hour and 45, shit.
Jeez.
Yeah. Nice little quote to end it off from The Equalizer. Progression, not perfection.
What's that mean?
Don't try and make everything. Not everything's going to go well like the first time.
Yeah.
So you're going to have to progress to get to where you want to be. So progression, not perfection.
Before we finish it, on that note, I was thinking about this really interesting thing, right? You know how, like, there's the conservative opinion and there's a progressive opinion, usually on most subjects. Like, we should keep it the same, or we should move on to this progressive opinion. I was thinking, like, in history, the conservative opinion has never really been for the betterment of society, right? So back in the feudal days, in the feudal days of, like, the hierarchy where the lords held the land and the kings and the queens, right? When they were advocating from going from kings and queens to, like, a democracy in a modern day civilization, there was political parties back then who were conservative parties who wanted to keep the feudal system. The lords and the peasants and the kings and the queens system is better than the democratic system. It's better. Like, that's what their belief was.
Yeah.
We'd think of that and be like, that's fucking stupid. No way. Why would anyone be conservative for that? So I wonder if that's what people will think about our society. Like, is the conservative opinion ever for the betterment of society? So I think about that and I go, okay, a conservative opinion might be so, like, yeah, progress. And then there's a direction in history where humans don't want to go, right? So we go, no, we're conservative now. Let's hold it there and wait for other opinions to come up, and we can progress this way. It's like an intersection. So, like, the conservative opinion is just go, let's hold up a sec and reevaluate and have some better ideas so we can progress in a different direction, right? So I wonder what points in history, throughout history, were they progressing, and they held the conservative opinion. Like, what ways could we have gone if we just keep progressing and never conserved? You know what I mean? Because you go so many different directions with progression. Like, all these different topics are all progressing in a certain way. And the conservative opinion holds that to allow ideas to manifest in different ways, so you can have more options on the progressive opinion. Because if you just go progress, it gives less time for ideas to be fleshed out. So I just wonder, throughout history, have times of conservativeness actually helped the progression? That's a complete just thought. Like, I don't know if that's like, that just seems to make sense to me, but I don't know. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Just trying to think, like, obviously one big change was the slavery kind of thing.
Yeah.
But that was like a war was fought for that.
How dumb is that, thinking back on that? And that's ultimate progression. People would be
Yeah.
conservative against that. And you think, why would
Exactly,
you
'cause
ever
they're
be
like,
conservative?
Oh yeah, let's keep it this way because
Why?
I don't know. You get free people.
Yeah.
That's fucked.
I think the search for complete moralistic truth is the ultimate source of progression. You know? You should progress to better life for everyone. You want a betterment for equality.
Yeah.
But is that reality? Is that too idealistic? Is there an actual reality in that? And that's where the conservative opinion comes from, because you go, oh, that's too idealistic at this point. Let's hold off on that, because if we do that now, the empire will collapse. So you go, blah, 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 and you go, let's hold here, develop our infrastructure, develop our technology. Then, boom, we're at the point now where everyone can be equal because we have AI and robots to build everything for everyone, and we can actually have a true equal socialist society. But right now, it's not feasible. Because humans are too greedy. It's not in human nature to share. Too many people are caught up in their own world.
Think about it.
Think about it. All right, I got the outro, don't I?
I don't know, unless I'm not as well.
Nah, usually we go off and on, didn't we? Yeah. Oh no, you did. I did the outro last time. You did the outro.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah, go.
Thank you for listening to episode 4. If some have noticed almost straight away that the thumbnail or photo for episode 3 said episode 4, that was Harry's fuck up, major fuck up.
It wasn't actually my fault.
It was definitely your fault. But we'll try and do better next time. Hope you're all well. Hope this podcast has pricked the ears up and inspires you to ask more questions about your reality.
And I hope the little points of silence weren't too aids, because I noticed we went quiet for a little bit, but I think we were just trying to collect our thoughts and really come at it at a different angle.
Like when I was going to say, but I was like, no point, but when you took that massive gulp of water and I just didn't say anything, I was just trying to think of other perspectives of why they would think that's a good idea.
I think in our brain we feel like it's much worse than it is, because I think our brains are working at such a fast pace during the conversation that when someone's listening to it, they're not clocked into our pacing. So when we sit back and think for 5 seconds, it's just 5 seconds.
Bro, everybody asks if I can talk more, or am I talking more in the pod?
Who did?
Like my mum.
Yeah.
She's always asking me. You, bro, this alpha brain, for the first like half hour, you were talking like a fucking rabbit.
Me?
Yeah. Listen back to it when we...
Yeah, when I was talking about uni, I was going...
Bro, you were like...
Yeah, because I wanted to get it all out, because it was on the tip of my tongue, I couldn't stop. But you spoke a lot this time. It was almost half. Do you think?
I don't know. Probably. Maybe not. Who knows? You are the more talking person in this group.
Yeah, but we were talking about this. That's the dynamic. You're a really good listener, bro.
Yeah, I know. I like to listen.
But you also take in everything I say, and then you come back at me and you hit me with some real good question, or you further my understanding.
Well, the audience can like back you up on that. I don't know how true that is, but
No, it is true. Trust me, I know.
all right.
That's how our friendships lasted.
Yet again, this is episode 5.
Is it?
This has been episode 5 of the pod. Hope you enjoyed. Peace out. Blow.
And fuck
Goodbye,
your
bitches.
ass.